What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, back out on the water today. And I'm super excited because we are going to be doing a raw and uncut video. Now, I know you all love these types of videos. I'm out here on a lake that has a lot of big fish on it. We are in a serious warming trend right now, but we have big cold fronts coming in tonight. And then like in 3 days, it's supposed to be highs of 40 degrees less than what they are today. So pretty crazy weather. But I'm hoping that is going to have the fish absolutely chewing. We're straight up power fishing today. We are not throwing any spinning rods. We're not scoping. We are straight up power fishing, chatterbaits, spinnerbaits, flipping, skipping docks. That's what we're going for today. And we're gonna see if we can catch some big bass. We're gonna set a goal of catching 15 pounds with our best 5. And like I said, we have got 3 hours to do it, raw and uncut. Let's go ahead and strap the GoPro to our chest. We're gonna start right here behind us on this dock that's up here on a rocky point. We're gonna fish around and hopefully we have a great day out here. I feel like the fish should be absolutely chewing. So let's go ahead, let's get started fishing. Alrighty, y'all, so we're right here where we're gonna start at. We have a good rocky point with a dock right here. We have 3 hours on our timer and we're going for 15 pounds today. We are starting off with the good old Thunder Cricket. And I like a gold-bladed Thunder Cricket. We have a Rage swimmer on the back of that. And the water's pretty clear, so we're going with a more natural color, not a bright chartreuse. This is the spot remover color in that Thunder Cricket, 3/8 ounce. And we're running that on a Mach 2. This is a 6 foot 10-inch Mach 2. This is the medium heavy, but it's a moderate fast, 5:6 to 1 gear ratio speed spool reel, and then 15-pound test P-line C21 copolymer. So let's go ahead, let's get started right here, and let's see if we can go ahead and get this bad boy started. There we go. All right, 15 pounds is what we're going for. We're gonna throw the chatterbait, or the Thunder Cricket, I should say, right much today. But we're also gonna skip around some docks. We're gonna throw this under docks, but we're gonna throw jigs. I mean, of course it depends on what the fish are really dialed in on, but we might throw a spinnerbait. We might throw the good old rage bug. We might throw a buzz bait, maybe if the water temps continue to climb. But right now we have 59-degree water temps. So 59-degree water temps, but I really think that these fish are going to be set up on some of these points and probably on some rock, probably on some docks. I did see some brim and shad up really shallow when I put the boat in at the boat ramp. So that's definitely a good sign. That probably means that there's going to be some bass up pretty doggone shallow. And a chatterbait in this lake is always pretty good. So we're just gonna skip that bad boy into there. The main thing is we just kind of hope that the fish are in a feeding mood. With this front coming in, I definitely think that they should be. I do have a crankbait up here on the deck as well, so we might end up throwing that. But like I said, we are straight up power fishing today. We are not messing around with any spinning rods or anything like that. We are power fishing. So we're gonna see if we can get the chatterbait working for us. There's a lot of grass in this lake as well. So anytime you have grass, a chatterbait works really good, which we're not fishing the grass flats right now. We're fishing the rocky points. Like I said, the docks. We're kind of gonna focus on them for right now. See if we can get bit on them, and then we're gonna jump around and make some moves if we have to. The water is super low in this lake right now. Very low. So whereas a lot of stuff that would normally have a decent bit of water on it, it's kind of out of the water right now. So a lot of the rocks and stuff, like right here in front of me, these rocks, I would typically catch fish around them. Well, they're completely out of the water, so that changes things just a bit, but it's a lot of rock under the water here as well. We're just gonna thoroughly work through these pockets. I'm gonna do a decent bit of running around, but right here we have, you know, pretty good docks and a point with some rock and stuff on it. So we're gonna settle in here for a little bit and fish through this section, and then we're gonna jump around and see if we can establish some sort of pattern. I mean, the water is way, way warmer for this time of year than normal. And we might venture out to the middle. We definitely might venture out to the middle and see if we can get bit out there. But I wanted to start shallow. All those shad and brim and bait fish and stuff I saw up there at the ramp shallow definitely tells me that, like I said, there's going to be some fish up shallow. I mean, this warming trend, this warm water, these fish are wanting to get up there and get a little bit of that warmth themselves. But like I said, we got a major front coming, big time major front. A lot of times this time of year, the water in this lake is really muddy, but we just have not had a lot of rain. So that kind of changes the dynamic of the spring water conditions here right now, because I've seen this lake just be straight coffee. I mean, straight coffee. We're gonna restart this back camera just to make sure we're good to go on that. But I'm hoping to get bit on this point right here. If I get bit on this, I can kind of maybe come up with a little bit of a game plan of sorts. I got something on here. I don't know what's on here. Oh, I got some grass. Get off of there. There we go. But yeah, if we can get bit on this point, we'll be in good shape. And something else too, there are big spotted bass in this lake as well. Really big spotted bass. So I definitely got to keep that in mind as well. They're really aggressive bass. But we're just gonna see if we can draw a strike from an old big boy on this point right here. Come here. See if we can get one. I know there's one up here off this point. There ain't no way it's not. We might have to, like I said, we might have to drag the jig around a little bit, and that's fine too, but I really wanted to start off just throwing the chatterbait around, throwing a moving bait, seeing if we could get some aggressive bites from some fish up shallow. I'm gonna fish it all real thorough. There's that rock pile right there. I knew it was one up here. It's so shallow though, but that doesn't mean anything. These fish will be up there in a foot of water right now in these water temps. Bunch of stumps and rocks up here. The sun is supposed to shine today really good, so I'm thinking these docks might play a little bit. Definitely thinking these docks might have some fish on them for sure. Just got to figure out if these fish are in a chasing mood or not. We're We're gonna work our way back into this pocket just to see if there's any in there. I'm sure some fish in this pocket. Should be a fish under this dock. If I do flip the raised bug in here, it will probably be the blue crawl. It probably will not be the swamp water blue, just because right now this water is super clean in here. Swamp water blue will work in here, but typically I like for it to be pretty muddy when I throw that in this lake. I might end up going ahead and switching that out here in a second. Once we get up to these other docks, I might go ahead and have that ready to flip them. See if we can get bit on them. Like I said, I know there's going to be some bass pushed in these pockets, and especially on the main lake points up shallow. Definitely should be some fish on them. Got a little secondary point right here in front of us. Kind of got to figure out if the fish are set up on the, ooh, fish just come up and broke in front of me. Oh, is that a fish? That is a fish. There we go. Yep, there we go. Nice bass on the chatterbait, on that old thunder cricket. Come here, buddy. All right. Nice little largemouth right there. Nice old largie. Now, I don't think we're going to weigh this guy. I don't think we're going to weigh him, but that did not take long. Beautiful largemouth on that thunder cricket. Y'all look at that fish right there. Absolute beauty. Probably 1.25 pounds. Like I said, we're not going to weigh him. We're going for bigs today. We're going to try to get that 15 pounds, and he could go towards it, but we're going to call him 1.25 pounds. He's probably a little bit more than that actually, but beautiful fish right there. Halfway into a pocket. He was up here on this little secondary point. He might have some friends. He was up there, super shallow. And I had just seen a fish break up here in front of me. So we're gonna restart that back camera. We got fish number 1. I will take it. Ooh, another fish just came up. Yep, so fish number 1 on that 3/8 ounce thunder cricket. And something else too, all the gear that I'm using, the rod, reel, line, lure, trailer, everything, I'll link it down in the description. So if you want to pick some up, I appreciate it. And if you use those links down there, that actually does help the channel with a little bit of commission. But that first fish didn't take long. Another fish just came up in that same spot. I don't know if it's maybe a group of gar back here, or if we got some shad coming up with some bass kind of rolling on them. Not sure. There is some hydrilla back here in this pocket, so it definitely could be some shad coming up. That's definitely 100% possible. Yep, because another one just came up right there. It is supposed to be windy today. It's not windy right now. Oh, it's a little bit breezy. It's picking up some, but when I put the boat in, it wasn't that windy. I'll put it that way. I don't mind a little bit of wind. I definitely do not mind a little bit of wind. We're going to work all the way back to this dock right here. I think I got some grass on this. But yeah, we're going to work all the way back to this dock. We're going to skip all up under this. Then we're going to put a blue craw rage bug on. And when we get to these docks, we're going to pitch that all up around them. And we're going to kind of work in between with the rage bug. Oh, I don't know if that was a fish or if that was some grass. Might have been grass, because if that was a fish, I felt like it would have had my trailer, and my trailer would have been pulled down. Yeah, this grass here is coming all the way up to the top. We're only like 3.5 foot of water right here. These docks are definitely going to have enough water on them to hold fish though, that's for sure. That cast floated on me a little bit. Oh, we're in the grass, yeah. So this is pretty shallow, so I'm gonna have to skip it up under there and keep it up high. Keep it up high in the water column through here. There's one. Oh, dang it, just lost him. Yep, there was one. Wasn't a big one, but he surely came up and bit that chatterbait. So that lets me know that there are some fish way, way back in these pockets. That's a good sign. Okay. Now this is super shallow here. Doesn't mean there's not one back there, but all right, we're gonna get right in. Put that rage bug on. So we got bit in the back of a pocket, like all the way back in a pocket with hydrilla. And then we also got bit on a secondary point, a little rocky secondary point. I mean, this is a small secondary point right here. And then there we go, little secondary point right there, little guy. Secondary point leading back into a pocket. Little one. Another largie. Another little largie. I mean, little teeny guy. Thank you, bud. But once again, little secondary point, shallow secondary point right there. There's going to be some bigger ones than that. That's for sure. But I'm going to say this is starting off not bad. Not bad. The old thunder cricket is definitely my favorite chatterbait, is the thunder cricket. I like, this is the regular 3/8 ounce, but I like the tungsten thunder cricket as well. Really like the tungsten thunder cricket. I throw that one a lot of times when the water is muddy. I think it gives a little bit different sound. Today the water's, you know, pretty doggone clean, so I'm throwing the regular. And if the water was super muddy, I'd either be throwing black and blue, or either I'd be throwing chartreuse and white. But we're going a little bit more natural today with that spot remover. And then we got that raised swimmer on the back, just a 3.75 inch raised swimmer on the back. And I'm not 100% sure what color I even have on the back here. I think it's maybe Tennessee shad, I think. It's just a bait fish color. I don't think it really even, I don't think it matters that much. You know, I'm very simplistic when it comes to fishing. You know, I used to have a million different colors for all these different situations, and you definitely want to have enough colors to cover a lot of situations. But, you know, you need your chartreuses, you need your whites, you need your bait fish colors, you need your black and blues, you need your blues, and whatever other colors, you know, like red bug. I really like red bug for fishing clear water if I'm throwing like a finesse worm or something like that. Green pumpkin blue, you know. But I keep stuff very basic. Very basic. And I try not to get too hung up in overthinking, you know, exactly what color the fish want or this, that, and the other. I mean, yes, I change around, change lure colors and all that. You know, if I'm not getting bit on one and I feel like they should be biting a chatterbait or something, then I might say, well, I need to go a little bit more bait fishy, you know, a little bit less chartreuse, a little bit this and that. But like I said, just keep it basic. Use what you have confidence in, and you're going to catch plenty of fish. You're going to catch a lot of fish. I think you actually inhibit yourself from catching as many fish as you could if you're over-analyzing lures and lure colors and all that stuff way too much. I think you can just over-analyze way too much. That's like I throw a buzzbait. I throw that toad buzzbait, white and black. That's the only two color toads that I even have. They're gonna bite one or the other. 95% of the time I'm throwing white. And, you know, spinnerbait and chatterbait wise, one of my favorite colors, especially for clearer water like this, is this spot remover. It's a little bit of chartreuse, some white, just a very bait fishy type color. It's a really good color, and it's one of my favorites. We're coming up on another, this is more of a main lake point here, but we're gonna see if we can pull a bass off this. You know, we didn't get bit on that other main lake point coming in. We got those two bites kind of halfway into this pocket. But I know there should definitely be some fish out here for sure. Oh, there he is on this point. This feels like a better fish. Oh, not giant, but I'm gonna tell you what, he crushed it. All right, a couple small guys, some small ones. Yep. Only old. Here we go, bud. There's another one up here on this point. Sooner or later when we load up, it's gonna be a old hammer. But another fish up on a point, secondary. This is main lake. That's the first main lake point fish, but you can see right here, it's a shallow point that comes out of me. Normally the water's all the way up. Y'all can see the water line on that riprap right there. I mean, we're dealing with some way low conditions here. But it seems like the fish are a little bit bitey. Little bit bitey today. I like it. And I mean, more and more fish should just pull up throughout the day because it's just going to warm up more and more. But the last 3-hour raw and uncut video I did was actually out here on this lake in March, but the conditions were way different. The water was chocolate milk. I think the water temp was like 46, 47. Air temps were pretty doggone cold, but I ended up catching them on a chatterbait. That's what I caught them on. I caught them on a black and blue thunder cricket. Black and blue thunder cricket. Oh, there's a stump right there. I really need to get that rage bug rigged up. These fish will get on a good stump bite a lot of times when they pull up. When they pull up shallow, they'll get on those stumps. A lot of the bigger fish, that's how you catch them a lot of times. There's a stump right there, I see it. Oh, and he just smoked it on that stump. Absolutely smoked it. See if he'll bite again, and then we're gonna flip up there. Oh my goodness, I mean, that fish just creamed it when he bit it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna flip the jig up there. Let's see. We're gonna flip the jig up there. I was just telling y'all that stump bite can be really good. And that fish just absolutely knocked slack in the line. And they could be more, you know, more on that moving bait bite. We're gonna go ahead and put a blue crawl on here. Like I said, I love that swamp water blue for in here and in, of course, in the river. Y'all know I love it for in the river, or that swamp water blue, but for a little bit cleaner water, let's get this out of here. A little bit cleaner water, I like that blue crawl. So let's get one of these bad boys out. I keep grabbing black and blue, and that's not what I want. Oh, that's mid-size. Okay, we don't want the mid-size. I want the full size. Here we go. Blue crawl. We're gonna, even though it didn't bite the jig, we're gonna flip this back up there to that stump too. And put that in there. My storage lockers are a little bit of a mess from the tournament I fished this past weekend. If you haven't watched my tournament video from this weekend, be sure to go check that out. It was the last upload on my channel. Let's see if we can get this fish to bite a rage bug. I mean, hey, I would love it if they're just on a chatterbait bite all day. I mean, I will take that. I will take that. Don't want the rage bug. All right, so The thing is, I know there's a fish up there. So we're gonna throw this glide that I painted up there, this small little mini glide. Throw that up there one more time. All right, I think that fish might have just said, I'm not gonna bite. Just with it knocking slack in the line like that, I always like to throw multiple baits up there because most likely that was a good fish. So I'm just trying to throw something up there to try to get it to react. All right, on we go, on we go. Yeah, that fish just, I mean, smacked it when he bit it. Got to remember that though, because a lot of times you can come back to that fish in 30 or 45 minutes and you can catch that fish. You can get him to bite. A lot of people forget that. I used to forget that. You know, I would forget about a fish and not go back to it. And there's plenty of times now where I go back to fish and catch them. Or go back to shorelines, you know, where I caught several fish and end up catching a key keeper or, you know, cull or something like that. Fishing is all decision making. I mean, it's 100% decision making, but if you're able to get a bite and have a fish kind of show you where they're at, especially if it's on a stump or a certain dock or something, you're probably going to be able to come back and get bit on it. Got a little bit of a lay down right here we're working through, and hopefully this GoPro does not overheat. Today is going to be warm, and GoPros just love to overheat. They love overheating. So hopefully today that's not the case. We got this little breeze and I'm kind of hoping that keeps it fairly cool, and we're facing away from the sun right now. Yeah, the very, very front of these docks are in the water. Like, that's it. The very, very front of them. Yeah, if my GoPro does overheat for some reason, I might have to take the media mod off, so the audio might not be quite as good, but hopefully we don't run into that. Kind of surprised I haven't gotten bit on a dock yet, because these docks right here have water on them. Like, they got like good water on them. But it does seem like, oh my goodness. Yep, that's a hang up. Dang, there's a stump right there. Let's see, let's flip. Let's throw up there before we get up there to get that out. That's one thing about the raw and uncut. You get to see me get hung and all of that. Getting hung up is part of bass fishing. That's part of fishing. We all get hung. If you ain't getting hung, you ain't throwing in the right spots. I can tell you that. I just literally ricocheted off of a dock post right there because I could not see it. The other post was hiding it. All right, we're right up there. See if we can get one to bite the raised bug. I definitely think that we should get bit on this next point. Okay, no raised bug bite. No raised bug bite. That's right on the corner of that dock post. One thing I do like about the Thunder Cricket is this thing has a big hook on it. Like a really big hook. And I really like that about the Thunder Cricket. Sometimes I feel like certain bladed jigs, or chatterbaits is what I call all bladed jigs for the most part, but I feel like a lot of them don't have big enough hooks. Oh my goodness, look at all the bait fish up underneath this dock. Just absolutely loaded. Shad and brim are all up under here. All right, that's good. That's good. That's what I wanted to see. But yeah, sometimes I feel like when I look at some bladed jigs, I'm just like, man, that hook just is not big enough. But this Thunder Cricket's got a big old hook on it. The lake's pretty busy today too. There's right many people out here. I mean, to be expected. It's a beautiful day and we got pretty crummy weather coming. This point right here should have some fish on it. This lake does have spotted bass in it too, so we definitely could. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not, but there are spotted bass in here. There's some big ones in here too. So there's definitely a chance that we could catch a spotted bass. I'm gonna flip my phone upside down so it doesn't overheat. But yeah, I mean, there's, oh, fish just came up right here in front of me. Yeah, there's, you know, 4+ pound spotted bass in here. Great big ones. Great big spotted bass. Now, one thing about this is deep. So we're sitting in 18 foot right here. So if I don't get bit on the deeper stuff, then that definitely is going to tell me that they're more so on the flatter stuff. Now this is shallowing up right here where I'm at. But I do know where a lot of stumps are. So if they're more so on that stump bite, then we can kind of run that. There's a lot of rocks and boulders up here on this. Basically, it's an elongated point right here. Let me pull my map up right here. Yeah, we got another couple pockets up here, just up the lake, right up from this floating dock right here. But this is another good rocky point. Got a lay down right here at it. Bring this by the lay down, and then we're gonna flip up there to it. Definitely not gonna skip over a lay down that we can pitch an old rage bug to. I'll pitch right in there in it. There he is. Oh. Oh, dang it. I just totally pulled that away from him. No, there he is. There he is. All right, on the raised bug. Get in here. Beautiful largie. Not a big one. Not a big one, but a really, really nice fish. All right. Pretty one right there. Pretty fish. Another like pound, I would say pound and a quarter, maybe a pound and a half. We're only going to weigh the big ones, but really, really nice fish. Right here, once again, at this treetop, and there's a stump right here on the other side of it. Stump right on the other side of it. There might be multiple fish in this lay down, actually. Restart this back camera. Alrighty. Good old rage bug bite. There's another one. There's another one. Get in here. Yep. Yep. I lost my rage bug. I don't know where my rage bug went. On this fish. Another little one though. Dang, it's a bunch of them up there. Yep. Another one right there. Let's get another rage bug. I'm gonna flip back up there. Yeah, I think there's a lot of fish up here on this point. I don't remember if I restarted that or not. Off this treetop right here. A lot of times these fish will get up on this shallow wood. That was a couple good bites. No size yet. No size. Even though I do believe that we're fishing in a way that we can definitely catch big ones. We just have not got any size yet. But I mean, those fish were maybe in 5 to 6 foot of water, I would say, something like that. I think we've caught 5 fish already. There's one. There's a little bit better one. What is it? Oh, it's a pickerel. Doggone it. Now there's about 4 million of these guys in here. I mean, a ton of them. Let's get our pliers. Probably gonna have to retie. Probably gonna have to retie. This sucker right here done tore my rage bug up. Give me my rage bug back. Mr. Pickerel, get on back in there. Man, there's some fish up there. No, I think we got lucky on the line, I do believe. Let's get us another rage bug. I set the hook in him. That one felt a little heavier. I thought maybe we had done stuck us a pretty decent one, but nope. We're gonna keep flipping up there. We keep getting bites. We're gonna keep flipping up there. I can tell you that. Old blue crawl rage bug. And this is the 7-foot medium heavy Lew's TP2 rod. This is the Team Lew's Pro SP. This is the 7:5 to 1 gear ratio. And then we have 20-pound test P-line fluorocarbon on here. The good old blue box fluorocarbon. That is some strong, strong stuff. Super, super strong stuff. We're still waiting on that big bite. But man, there was a lot of fish up here around this doggone treetop right here on the corner of this point. I'm just throwing up there right now, dragging it off this rocky corner. I'm gonna pick the chatterbait back up and throw it. Let's get our hood back on. I'm gonna throw this up there and drag this off there real quick, and then we're gonna get back to throwing the old thunder cricket. There's a stump right there, either a stump or a big rock sticking up. Oh no, that's a stump. I see it. All right, let's pick this back up. So we're going to walk around this floating dock, and then basically we have, oh, where's my trailer's messed up, and then we have a couple pockets, some really good points, and then a couple pockets up here on the other side. So definitely hoping to get bit in there. Oh, I don't know if that was a fish or if that was a rock or something. Not 100% sure. So we've caught fish on a little bit of everything, but definitely points seem to be the deal. The problem is we haven't caught any big fish yet. So we've established a pattern for fish, but we have not established a pattern for big fish. You know, the big fish might be laid back a little bit more. They might be more, you know, on the grass flats in the middle, on the channels, the creek channels or river channels that run through the middle of this lake. They might be more so on them. Not 100% sure. But we're going to keep going along with this right now and just see if we can keep on getting bit. Slide up under that cable right there. I need to take my nos and put it in that back compartment. Got it sitting out here in the sun. That thing is going to be baking here shortly. I'm going to put that back here, back in there right here in a second. There's another little piece of wood right here in the water. So that might have another several bass on it maybe. Pick that rage bug back up. We're going to put our nos back here in this compartment real quick with my waters and stuff, because oof, yeah, that's warm. Let's get a sip real quick. A little bit warm already. Not bad, but a little bit warm. All right, let's pitch up here to this piece of wood. There's not much of this in the water. Very, very little of this wood. It's a little bit, but not much. Let's pick that chatterbait back up and keep on moving along. We got some good rocky stuff we're coming up on right here. That wind is starting to pick up, and the wind's going to blow straight down the lake. And this lake right here gets pretty rough when the wind blows straight down it. Oh, we got a stump right there. Let's see if we can get bit on that. Yeah, this lake can get a little bit sporty when it blows straight down it, but the wind is really going to be our friend today and not our enemy by any means, especially if this moving bait bite continues. I am going to pitch up under this dock with the raised bug. back to the old chatterbait. Just threw over another stump right there. There's another stump right here too, one out a little bit deeper. I kind of mucked that cast up a little bit. I don't want to get up here on it too close. Oh, we are hung. Okay. I thought a fish had just absolutely smacked it as soon as it landed, but we are hung. Yep, there we go. Popped out. I'm going to reel it kind of quick before I get it down in the rocks. It was just up there on a rock. It's a little shallow pocket here, a little short pocket basically. Not shallow so much, but just a little short pocket going in. There we go. And there's a fish. This is a little bit better one. Yep, this is a little bit better one. Oh, fatty. Oh my goodness. I mean, just an absolute fat one right there. Definitely the points. We're gonna weigh this one. This is gonna be the first fish we weigh. Probably a pound 11, somewhere in there, I would say. Oh, he's a little bit heavier than what I thought. 2 pounds even. All right. 2 pounds even. Beautiful, beautiful fish right there. Here we go. 2 pounds even. It's a pretty one. Thank you, bud. All right. He was kind of right up there where I was thinking he probably should be. Right up there on that corner. And I know it ain't just him. I know it's more than him up there. That's for sure. We got boats running all around everywhere. But yeah, it's a beautiful day out here, and these fish are biting. These fish are biting, so let's see if we can get us another one. That fish was pulled up there on that rock right up here on this corner. Let's see if we can entice another one. We might get another one off this edge of this flat as we work in here. I see another stump and another rock. We're going to parallel this and work this through here. Yeah, these fish are really chewing today. I almost didn't come here because it was such a good chance of pretty high wind, and I was really contemplating on where I wanted to go, or you know, what I wanted to do, but I think I'm definitely glad that I came here. These fish are biting a little bit. Oh, there's a good stump right there. I didn't see that till I was almost right here past it. definitely a little bit too close, I believe. Sometimes you never know though. I've had fish bite super close that I wouldn't have expected. But yeah, I got up on that one a little bit quick. Not really using my electronics other than just looking at depth. We're just power fishing today, going old school and catching them the same way I would if I had come here 10 years ago and came fishing. This is my kind of stuff. My kind of fishing. There might be one back here in this, way back in this pocket right here. Yep, there. Oh no. That fish was on a stump. I see the stump now. I see the stump now. That fish was right on that stump. Doggone it. I'm gonna pitch this rage bug up there to it. All right. Missed out on that opportunity, but that's okay. I really think that's the first bite that I've missed. I don't know if y'all can see that stump right there. That's the stump that fish was on. Oh, I did miss one smaller fish early on, but that right there felt like a pretty good one. Felt like a pretty good fish. Whoa, y'all about saw me. About saw me throw it in the water. Won't be the first time I've done that. Won't be the first time, that's for sure. Hopefully we get another one right here on this corner. Like I said, we're trying to get some bigger fish. Might could drag a jig out off these points a little bit deeper or something, or you know, maybe throw a crankbait. But there's some big ones up here on this stuff. There's some big ones. We just gotta get one to bite. Got a really good rocky flat right up here. I think we're gonna get bit over top of that. I got a couple creeks too that got some good wood in them that I'm definitely going to hit. We'll fish into them and you know, flip the raised bug around the trees in the treetops. There's no standing timber in here. It's only lay downs. So when I'm referring to the trees, I'm not talking about like trees like in the river that are standing cypress trees. It's lay down treetops. Stump's right here. Pitched a rage bug up here, this one. Well, no bites there. See if we can get one up here on this flat. Oh, there's another. There's a good stump right there. Kind of surprised not getting bit on some of these bigger stumps that are, you know, up here on these points. Let's keep on working. We're going to work into this little pocket right here and back out onto this main lake point. Looks like we got a bunch of little cuts and stuff up here in front of us. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna go ahead and fire up and basically work my way into that bigger creek, or there's a bigger cove up here in front of me actually that I think I want to fish. We might start the big motor for the first time and move once we fish this point right here. But I'm really hoping to pick up a fish right up here on this corner at this dock. There's got to be, oh my goodness, I mean not complete slack in the line, and just, I was going to say there's got to be one right here. Knocked so much slack in the line that I didn't even catch up with it. Wow. I think the bigger fish are hitting it so hard that they're not even getting it. I mean, that was just absolutely crushed right there. That was completely crushed. Let's see. I think we need to put a new trailer on here. Maybe. Yeah. All right. Dang it. Hate I missed that one. That's no good. I'm going to tell you what color the trailer is now. Tennessee shad. That's what I thought it was. It's one of my favorite colors. I thought it was Tennessee shad. Man, that fish absolutely smoked it. He was right where he was supposed to be too. Right on the edge of that rock point. Still surprised I've not gotten a bite on a dock. Ooh, throw it right into that dock post, Kevin. Throw it right in there. Yeah, because some of these fish are just freight lining it and knocking that slack in the line from behind it, and it's I'm not getting the hook in them because of it. Just absolutely smacking it. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna put another cast up there once I fish this side here. There he is. That's a good one. This is a good one. Yep, this is a better one. Not sure how big this fish is. Nice one. Yep. Nice one. Right there off that piece of wood. Man, this fish is strong. Oh yeah, beauty. Absolute beauty. I don't have my net out. Let's do the right thing here and lip him. Oh my goodness. What a beauty. I mean, a daggum tank right there, way up in this little cut right here on a piece of wood. Let's see what this one weighs. I don't know if that's for, it says 4.4 and that might be right, but I never like zero. Yeah, it's zeroed. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So it should be 4.4 again. Should lock in. Yep. 4.4. Well, I'll be dang. That's a pretty one. That is a pretty one right there. I knew it was going to be some nice fish. I don't think the lighting is the best for that back camera, but man, what a pretty one. On that thunder cricket. Thank you, dude. Look at that clear water. So pretty. I knew there was going to be a good one up shallow. He was right up there on that wood. Yes. Nice fish right there. 4 pounds, 4 ounces. And I mean, he was bulldogging too. That sucker was pulling hard. But that fish was up there in inches of water. Oh my goodness, we just missed another one. We just missed one. And I'm gonna tell y'all too, a lot of people, and this is like, you know, a great topic of discussion right now about the trailers. People have even commented on my videos saying don't throw a paddle tail trailer on a chatterbait or whatever. You don't flip it upside down, you don't get as much action. I don't know if y'all can see this thing in the water. I hope y'all can. Hope y'all can see that, but look at that paddle tail. Like, that thing is going crazy. That fish that I just caught was literally in absolutely no water. That fish was in inches of water. Nice. This is my kind of fishing. We're gonna throw back up on this point though where we got that really good bite. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw, just to throw something different up there, I'm gonna throw the crankbait up there. This blue crawl crankbait that I painted. This is a 1.5. We're just gonna throw it up there just to show them something a little bit different. I think these fish are really keying. Oh God, we just got bit. I was going to say, I think these fish are really keying on bait fish. So I don't know how good this crankbait bite might be, but that fish just throttled it. I'll throw a couple more casts right across this point. Probably gonna maybe tie on a different color crankbait, just something a little bit more bait fish colored. I got some more bait fish colored crankbaits that I've painted. I'm gonna throw one more with this, and then we're gonna pick that chatterbait back up and work. But I like the fact that that fish was up there in no water. Like that's good. I like that. I like that. All right, let's pick the old chatterbait back up. Yeah, that fish was on a little teeny stick in like 8 inches of water. I mean, hardly no water whatsoever. Should really be able to pick up another one right up here on this corner. I think the next pocket up from this is a pocket that I really like. Pretty sure. We might just fish the shoreline all the way down to it. This shoreline has a lot of cuts in it. This wind keeps blowing my hood off my head. I'm trying to keep the sun off my face and neck, but the wind is blowing directly in my face and keeps blowing my hood off. Yeah, we're gonna definitely work this down. A lot of good little rocky points and stuff right here. The wind is definitely picking up, and they said it would. Just this morning when we got here, it was so calm, and now it's blowing a little bit. But like I said, I definitely don't expect this to hurt anything. Might make fishing just a little bit tougher and running around just a little bit bumpier, but definitely don't think it's going to hurt anything, because the fish are biting today. Right now anyway, they're biting. I think I'm gonna maybe tie on that other crankbait real quick, that Viking shad, so I can throw that up here on these rocks and really beat it off these rocks. Maybe get a reaction strike from a big one. Definitely the chatterbait on the shallower stuff is getting bit, but anytime I'm around the deeper stuff, I don't seem to be getting bit on the chatterbait very good. Really not much at all, to be honest. But it is flattening up here just a little bit. Yeah, but we're just in deeper, little bit deeper water here. Sitting at 17 foot. I mean, maybe I need to be dragging around a jig in this deeper stuff, but I think the fish are just up so shallow that I don't really need to do that. But I definitely could, like I said, tie that crankbait on. I think I'm gonna get bit up here on this little secondary point right here though. Secondary point leading into a pocket. Definitely looks like a pretty good spot for one to be at. Throw out here off this point. Ooh, that wind is blowing that water in my face after every cast I make. Giving me a bath. I'm just waiting to get loaded up on right here. I mean, it definitely Definitely should happen, or I think it should happen, but I don't know. Hard to say. Just kind of toss out here off the end of this point. It kind of comes up right here in front of me a little bit. Like I said, I really need crankbait tied on for this when I'm going to throw out a little bit deeper. This chatterbait stays, you know, pretty high up in the water column, unless you crank it like really, really slow. We get in the back of this pocket, we might end up tying that crankbait on. It's so windy right now, it's gonna blow us right into the bank. Y'all know I ain't got no spot lock. We're running that good old 4-Trex. Beast mode. We hitting logs and rocks and everything else. We should get one up here. We should get one. Good little flat corner of this point leading into a pocket right here. Oh, there, what'd I tell you? What'd I tell y'all? Another, there we go. What did I tell y'all? I said there's got to be one up there. That's a doggone nice one too. Yep. So we've somewhat established a pattern. Another beautiful fish. The sun's kind of behind me. I don't know how great that lighting is, but we're gonna check this one. We're zeroed out. This is probably a 2 1/4, I would say. No, he's a little bit more than, yep. 2.4. That's what I thought. All right. 2 pounds, 4 ounces. Oh, thunder cricket fish right here on this corner where I thought he probably should be. And that fish smacked it. Smacked it. Definitely would not surprise me if we didn't catch another one as we worked our way in here. I mean, I would definitely feel like there's multiple fish up here on this corner as we work in, and maybe we can get one in the back of this pocket like we did that 4 something. Man, this is fun. This is fun. I mean, just having that tournament and catching them really good, flipping like I wanted to, had a really good finish, started the year off good, and now coming here just straight up power fishing. It was and I mean, the thing is, we have some really cold weather coming. I mean, today is a high of 89, and in a few days we have a high of 43. Nights in the low 20s. So just super weird Virginia, North Carolina weather. Super weird, but it's not untypical for here. Our weather and our spring and falls and winters they are messed up, but we're enjoying the day while these fish are up. And like I said, when that cold comes in, it's definitely going to push them back, but this is pretty doggone fun. I should get one theoretically on this corner right here, or as we work into this pocket. See if I can get my hood on my head again. Keep this sun off of me. Got a little secondary point right here. Looks like we got a stump on it too. We're getting ready to come by. Yeah, the fish are really biting in here today. There we go. Oh, this is a little one. This is a little one. Get in here. Chill out, buddy. Try not to put that big old... Let's talk about how big that Thunder Cricket hook was earlier. And we certainly don't... Give me there. There we go. We certainly don't want that in our hand, because that thing is absolute beast mode. It was another fish as we worked in here. See if we can get us another one. A little bit of a backlash there. This little pocket here kind of necks down right here in the middle, right past this dock. Be a really good place for a big fish to be set up on. Kind of set up there waiting for any shad or anything to neck down in that area. They can be set up there ready to feed. We're gonna work our way in there. I don't know. We're gonna fish to it probably kind of quick. I don't know if I want to spend a whole bunch of time going all the way back in this pocket. Oh my goodness, that fish crushed it. Little guy. I mean, that fish, wow. He hit it like a doggone 5-pounder. Go up here in this corner. There's a lot of good wood back here in this pocket, so I think we might just hit it real quick. Oh, lost that one. It was a small one. It was not a big fish, but there's another one. there's a school of little guys up here, I'm assuming. Let's see if we can find us a big one right here on this little neck down situation right here. We're gonna hit this wood on this right hand side and not waste a ton of time in here. I definitely, oh dang it, I got home. Darn it. I definitely got some other spots that I want to hit It sucks I just got home because there was probably a fish on this treetop right here. I'm pretty positive. Let's flip it. Oh no, why did that just happen? Oh, I got super lucky right then. Oh, that's not good. My line is around the treetop. Not exactly sure what I got going on here. Oh, I see. Come on, boat. Go on and drift over. This is what y'all get to see. Y'all get to see it all right now. Not exactly sure how my line is under this. There we go. All right, there we go. Couldn't quite figure it out. Oh, we about blew this whole pocket out. Let's get out of here. Yep, let's get out of here. Trim that motor back down. That helps the wind not blow you around as much. All right, I think we're maybe gonna get right and make our first move. I think we're gonna run, maybe, I don't know, there's another pocket that I really like. We're getting to where this is a lot flatter now. This side doesn't have as many features and points and stuff. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna run into a pocket across the lake here, and we're gonna see what we can do in there, see if we get bit. And if we do, you know, we'll keep working in, obviously. If we don't, then we're gonna maybe go to the middle. Maybe go to the middle and fish some hydrilla. Not sure. We're just gonna bump across here real quick. Pull up this map. See, because it's a good pocket. Yeah, we're gonna run over there. We're gonna go into one of the bigger creeks. It's just a short run right up here. She's a little bit choppy out here. Little bit choppy, folks. That's okay. We're gonna start right here on this treetop. But yeah, it's pretty choppy out here. The wind has definitely gotten up, but we're gonna turn and work our way into this creek right here. This is a pretty big creek. So we're gonna work our way into this. Let's make sure our camera, I'm gonna give y'all a quick wipe off right there, just making sure we don't have any water on the lens. But oh, we done. Our chartreuse spray loves getting up under our pedal when I run in some rougher water. I think I got a leaf. Yeah, I got a darn leaf. A leaf and some hydrilla. Get off of there. There we go. We're gonna work our way in here, see if we can get bit as we work our way in, and then we're gonna fish this creek pretty good. This creek is a creek that right many fish go into in the spring, so I'm hoping to maybe be able to find some fish kind of staged up and set up shallow in here. Caught some big ones in here before. But yeah, that wind is blowing straight down the lake, and it gets pretty rough out here, not gonna lie. But we're about to get out of it, about to get out of the wind. As soon as we break around this corner, I think we'll be in good shape. I'm gonna tell y'all, the offshore bite would be pretty doggone tough to be trying to do something offshore today with all this wind. There's a guy right here in front of me that's trying to do it. It's gotta be pretty tough. That definitely ain't what we're trying to do today. We are trying to get them nice and shallow, hoping to get one on this point. Maybe get a big one working up right here. We got some serious wave action. Serious wave action right here. Go out off this point right here. Oh my god. Oh, whoa. Did a fish just bite me right then? What was that? What was that? Or maybe I hit some stuff. I don't know. That look, now that I'm looking, I just looked down at live scope, and it looks like I haven't been looking at it at all, but it looks like there's a group of fish right here. I don't know if they're bass or not, but that might have been a bite. It might have been a bite. I don't know. We're not going to worry about them though. We're going to get the heck out of this wind and work our way into this pocket. And hopefully we got some fish up here on this corner that want to bite. We're just gonna work it here on this flat. Like I said, normally it's pretty good. These fish push in here. Oh my gosh, I just got absolutely crushed right then. I just got absolutely crushed. Yep, I just got smoked. Didn't get it for whatever reason, but I mean, just got crushed. All right, that's a good sign, because that might have been 2 bites already. That might have been 2 bites as we're working in here. I know that was a bite 100%. I'm not sure about that very first one, but all right, well, that's good. Maybe we can get old certified swamp donkey to come up and eat this thing. We're just going to work in here and just cast this up and reel it back slow. That's all we're doing. Got some good secondary points and stuff up here on the left side. These fish should be up here shallow. There's hydrilla on the shoreline as we're working in here. A little bit of wood. A little bit of wood. There's more wood once we get back into the back. So I'm kind of hoping once we get back there, we kind of get into some fish. But yeah, I mean, definitely expecting to catch a fish or 5 in this pocket. And the fact that we've gotten bit already is a really, really good sign. I was kind of hoping that this wind wasn't going to blow this hard though, because this doesn't eliminate the middle, but it makes it super, super tough to fish it. Super, super tough to fish it. I'm not even 100% sure how long we've been fishing, to be honest with y'all. I'm gonna look at my phone here in a second and look at the stopwatch time, or the timer. Let's see what we got. There's definitely pollen. Okay, we got 1 hour and 11 minutes left. So we definitely got a little bit of ways to go to be able to get that 15 pounds. Hopefully we get some good ones out of here. But there's some pollen falling because my phone is covered in pollen. Absolutely covered. There's a little stick right up here in front of me. I'm hoping there's a fish sitting on that. Should be one up here on it. The back of this pocket is probably maybe going to be some of the warmer water that I see today. This pocket normally warms up pretty quick. The back of it normally warms up pretty quick. So I'm hoping that's what we got going on again today. Got this piece of wood right here. Let's see if we can get bit on that. I wasn't sure if this was going to be just purely a main lake deal or, you know, potentially a creek and pocket deal, but there's been enough fish that have bit in these creeks and pockets to make me think that I definitely can spend some time in here. And I mean, honestly, with 1 hour and 11 minutes left, we might end up spending the rest of the day in here if we can get bit. But if we can't, we might end up firing up and running back, I guess, up the lake to a couple more points and stuff. But I'm thinking, hopefully I get bit on this point right here. It's a little secondary point. But one thing about it is this pocket does not have a lot of rock in it. And it definitely seems like some of those fish have been on more rocky points. So we're going to find out if that is the deal or not. Because it may be or it may not be. I've also caught fish on a little bit of hydrilla and stuff, so maybe that's not 100% what's going on. Really want to get bit before I get to that next pocket. Really do. Because if I don't, it's going to have me kind of questioning this area. Got a little bit of wood right here where we're getting to. Oh, we would catch a leaf as we come over that piece of wood right there. Come on, let's get bit. A little piece of wood right there. Just bumped it. Man, I got a feeling, you know, some of these bigger fish might be pushed up in the back of this pocket, because I know a lot of times they will push up in the back of this pocket right here, real shallow. But I definitely like to get bit as I work my way in as well. Come on, fish. Let's see if I can get one to bite up here on this on this secondary point right here we're coming up on. Definitely feel like there should be some fish in here for sure. Or on this point, but I mean, I definitely feel like there should be some in here just in general. And I think if I get bit in here, it's going to be a good one. I don't think it's going to be a small fish. So that's what. Oh, well there. Okay, well there's one. That's a little guy. Get in here, little guy. Came up and wanted to eat. I appreciate that. Up here on this corner. So let's see if we can get a much bigger fish than that. I just don't know if these fish have really made a push into these creeks or not. Well, there's a blue heron just took off flying, so that obviously means there's some bait in here. Got a lot of good wood right here on the left. A lot of good treetops and stuff. Man, I was on such a consistent pattern. Just to come in here and the bites kind of slow down. I don't know, it's got me questioning things a little bit. Definitely has me questioning whether this is the right move. I need to get a bite kind of quick. Because right now, I don't know. I don't know if this is it. There's one. Yep, out of that treetop. Okay. Maybe it's just a little treetop deal. Come here. Oh, hang on, buddy. Yep, he was right in the end of that treetop. He came out and ate it, so there we go. Not one we're gonna weigh. Not one we're gonna weigh, but he came out and bit it good, so hopefully we just got some doggone loaded up treetops. We can just work through here with the old thunder cricket. Now, I really want to be flipping this stuff. Y'all know that. But these fish are being very aggressive right now, so I'm able to kind of work along and get them to bite this chatterbait. But also flipping, I could potentially get a bigger bite. Oh, one just bit it right then off that treetop. Yep, one just bit it off that treetop. Okay, we got a little bit of something going here. All right, my chesty just momentarily cut off. It didn't even overheat. It just cut off and restarted for whatever reason. So no big deal there. No big deal. But we're going to keep on working back into this pocket. I mean, I just got 2 bites. And there's a lot of wood on this left-hand shoreline. So I'm hoping to be able to pick up a big one. Possibly. I want to be flipping this so bad, I don't even know what to do. Pitching that rage bug up there. Oh God, I saw that fish come up and eat it. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. Brought it over that log and that fish came up and smoked it. Oh, red-eyed male. Little male right there. Got some seriously red eyes on him. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful fish though. That was such a cool bite. Hopped it right there over that log and that fish just crushed it. Got to make sure I don't get up on none of this stuff too tight because there's going to be some big fish in here. Like I said, I just don't know if I need to be flipping it or like what do I really need to be doing? There's a little one. What do I need to be doing to get the bigger bites? Because as we work our way in, we might get into the bigger fish maybe. Because these smaller ones right now are just coming up. Oh my goodness. That fish just came up. I mean, they are. Oh, it's so many of them. It's like 4 or 5 small bass coming after it. Just insane. There's some giants back here in the back. Just set up, ready to eat. Yeah, I'm just like slowly, thoroughly working this chatterbait around this wood. Just really keeping it up high, keeping it from getting hung. And I'm just hoping that a big one is going to come up and crush this thing. Just so far it's been a lot of smaller fish. But I'm going to tell y'all what, they are on the wood. I'm just waiting for that slack to get knocked in it and just load up on something big. Trying not to work in here too fast. I don't want to go crazy and just work through here too quick. But I know there's got to be a big one in here. Come right here off the end of it. So didn't get bit on that one. That was just like one little twig, basically. This one right here should have a doggone fish in it. Got a lot of stuff going on. Looks like maybe even like a beaver hut right there. Yeah, that's definitely a beaver hut. There's got to be a fish on that. There he is, little one. Man, are we making the wrong decision fishing in here? Get out of there. It's just, I'm just not getting any real size. Oh, that was one. Just not getting any real size here. Like, it just seems like there's a big old group of, oh, there. See if that fish comes back. I mean, there's a group of smaller fish right here. Like a big old group of small ones seem to be on these laydowns, and this wind is blowing me right in here. It's blowing me on top of them. The water, a fish just came off that right there to bite this. And the water's just too deep for me to put my talon down. So this wind is blowing directly into this pocket and kind of making me get over this stuff quicker than I want to. You know, I could have flipped this stuff and done pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I did catch a good one on the chatterbait. There we go. I mean, there's so many little ones in here. I don't know if the little ones are getting to the chatterbait before the big ones are, or if it's just that's all that's in here. I certainly don't believe that's all that's in here, but a lot of these fish are just the same size. A lot of these fish are the same size. I've yet to get a good one. Like I said, I don't know I don't know if this is like I needed to be flipping, but these laydowns are just loaded with small bass. Just absolutely loaded, like way smaller than what I've been catching. I'm gonna keep working in. I'm hoping there's a bunch of bait pushed up on this flat back here at the back of this pocket, and this just lights out is what I'm hoping. I mean, we definitely, I feel like, set an obtainable goal of 15 pounds. This is a great body of water. We just did not find, or have not found, the big ones. I mean, we still obviously have time to catch some big ones, but we haven't found them yet. Might have been the short pockets, might have been what had the bigger fish in the back of them. And obviously in a tournament, you know, I would go explore that, but 3 hours, I'm trying to find the biggest fish that I can find, and I definitely know this pocket has got big ones in it, but I just have not exactly figured out what the deal is yet. And like I said, unless I just start flipping, but I think if the fish are back here, they're going to be keyed on shad and bait fish and brim and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I've kept the chatterbait in my hand. And I mean, the fish are biting it. Like they are doggone eating this thing. This should be a fish right here. That was not a fish. That was the end of a stump, or the end of the laydown, I should say. All that might have just been too deep. Maybe this flatter stuff is where we need to be. This flatter stuff in the back of this pocket. Well, I thought we had loaded into a good one, but dang it, there probably was one here too. All these rocks right here. Popped out. Yeah, we're in the super shallow stuff now, so maybe the bigger fish are up here on this flat in the back. Oop, I was about to swing on something right then. Yeah, but maybe this, oh, that was a raccoon perch just following this. But yeah, maybe this little bit of flatter stuff, we'll have them back here. Or it could be just, I don't know, it could be too flat and too shallow. I don't know. Man, I really need for a fish to be back here. A good one at that. There's got to be one. We're gonna definitely flip this tree. I think it might be shallow enough, maybe where I can put my talon down, maybe. All right, let's pick up the old rage bug. This treetop's got about 5 or 6 foot of water on it. Plenty of water. There we go. Oh no, that felt like a good bite too. That felt like a good bite. He bumped it, was swimming right out to me. Daggone it. Just went. Oh my goodness, that was another bite and I just missed him. Just looking back, this wind is really blowing me into this. I'm trying not to. There he is. Oh, these are small. These are small fish. They're pecking it. Probably about 400 little ones in there. Got to be a big one in here too though. Ain't no way it's just all little stuff. Wow, this wind is really blowing hard. Trying to keep my balance and keep the boat from blowing into this treetop right here. There we go. Oh no! We are missing every single bite that we get in this treetop. I don't really understand why. I think it might be a whole bunch of little ones is what I'm thinking. But oh my goodness, this wind now is there he is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they got to be little. They got to be really little, because they are just, they're not even hooking up like this. This is an unusual number of fish to miss flipping. They're just like tunk, and they're sitting on it, but they don't feel big at all. I think it's a bunch of them little teeny cookie cutters, like I was getting bit on or bit by on the chatterbait. Kind of what it seems like. But this wind is just pushing us 100 miles per hour in here. Kind of trying to hurry up. I don't know how much time we got left. That's not where we want that. I'm gonna hit these next couple of treetops, and then we're gonna roll out of here. Make sure I didn't sling no water on my lens there. I don't think there was enough wood in the water right there to get bit. Should get bit on this one. All right, let's see if we get bit. Hoping this treetop right here gives us one. I'm gonna look right here in a second to see how much time we got left, because I'm gonna try to determine if we need to go ahead and run on out of here and run back up the lake, or what we need to do. I was really hoping to pick up a big one in here, but just, man, that is not happening. Or has not happened, I should say. And just had a nice one break us off in that treetop. That does not happen to me very often, and I will admit that I have not retied very much, and my line right there is chewed up pretty good. So that really is on me. So let's see. We have, how much time do we have left? 32 minutes. Okay, we're gonna retie. We're gonna retie. Dadgummit, that was a good bite on the end of that treetop, but it got cut off. I mean, unless it was a pickerel, which is obviously possible. We're gonna get another 3/8 ounce weight, and then we're gonna put a bobber stopper on here. Dang it, I mean, didn't feel like a giant fish, you know, but could have been pretty nice. Could have been pretty nice. Let's get us a good old owner 3/0. A lot of people ask what hook I use for my rage bug, and that's an owner offset wide gap is the hook I use, and I just tie a regular old clinch knot. Good old clinch knot. Just take it, push it tight with my finger. I don't have that knot come loose any. I always spin it or loop it 8 times. 8 times with the 20-pound test. That's just what I do. That's how I roll. All right, so let's get another raised bug on here. Yeah, I didn't retie from the other day. I knew my line was frayed up pretty doggone good from the tournament. So that's on me, which that fish did pull me over that log, and my line could have been pretty frayed up actually from those fish I caught earlier too, but see if we can get another one to bite. It might be able to pitch up there and get another one, but yeah, that was not the best move on my part. Definitely was a fish back here in this pocket. Pitch over that log again. There he is. There's one. There's one. Not a big one. Not a big one. He don't have my hook in his mouth, so it won't him. Probably gonna pitch up there and immediately get bit again. It's probably gonna be another one of them. Let's see. Man, my mind is telling me go back to the main lake and go back and hit some more of those rocky secondary points and stuff to catch some more fish, because I know that has a lot of fish on it. Like, obviously that is a very, you know, patternable deal right now. But I'm just like hoping that there's a big fish back here willing to bite, like in these treetops that's done pushed way back here on some bait and stuff. All right, let's pitch right up here in the middle of this, and then we're gonna hit these real quick, and then we're gonna run back out and try to decide exactly what we're gonna hit. Man, we've caught a lot of fish though. This has definitely been the most fish that I've ever caught on one of my raw and uncut videos. I don't think I've ever caught this many. So that's definitely been a cool deal. Just unfortunately have not gotten the size that I want to get. Yeah, let's make a move. Let's make a move out of here. My chatterbait is hung up. Let's see, I'm gonna look on the map as I'm going out of here and try to figure out where I want to go to and where I think is going to give us the best chance at a couple of big fish. Let's see. Where do we want to go? My talon does not want to come all the way back up like it's supposed to. Not exactly sure what's going on. There we go. I'm a little bit wet. It is doggone rough out here. It is super, super rough out here. Wow, it's some big rollers. We're gonna start right here on this corner of this rock right here and work our way in. See if we can catch a fish. Kind of right here on this little short pocket right here. Yeah, it is a little bit rough. Let's wipe that off. This place gets so gnarly when the wind blows, like so gnarly. Big rollers out there. Look how choppy this is. But we're gonna go along and we're gonna see if we can get another fish or two on this chatterbait, because it is really started to get windy out here. So we're going to fish up around this point and around this corner and see if we can get one. The wind is blowing us directly into the bank right now. Yeah, we have got some big time rollers. But I'm thinking we should probably start back getting bit again, I'm thinking. Make sure the camera's still running. I think we're good. Make sure. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Honestly, don't want to jinx it. I guess because we've had so much wind, that's why it has not overheated, but I'm pretty glad of it. Pretty glad of it. But yeah, I think, and this is, and the crazy thing is, this isn't even, can't even hardly talk, this isn't even as hard as the wind is supposed to blow. It's supposed to constantly get worse through the day just because this front is coming in. So this is not as hard as it's gonna be. It's gonna get to blowing harder. And I'm gonna tell you, when it gets any worse, I probably don't wanna be out here. Probably do not want to be out here in this. But I think we got about maybe 25 more minutes of time to fish. So we got plenty of time to be able to catch us some more. And maybe a big one or two. Got a really good treetop right here that we're gonna get right and get up on. And I probably need to put another rage bug on here because my rage bug is in pretty bad shape. But I got some good wood right here that I probably need to flip. So I'm gonna get right and get another rage bug and put it on there really quick before I get up to this. This is a little bit deep for what I'm trying to do with the chatterbait right here. But man, I don't even know if we're gonna be able to flip the rage bug. My goodness. Yeah, this is really bad. Oh my, this is 20, 25. They said 10 to 15. I mean, this is way more than that. even know if I'm going to be able to flip up there. I certainly do not want to get hung. I probably can just drift by it and then flip up there, but I got a feeling if I do flip up there, I will get a bite. Yeah, this rage bug is messed up. I'm gonna just break the head off of it so I don't have to go into my thing. I mean, all I did was just broke a little teeny piece of plastic off the top. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if there's any way in this world that I would even feel a fish that bites this. This is really bad. Like, this is unbelievable. Them weathermen that said 10 to 15, they have lost their minds. This is possibly 30. I mean, I don't know what we got going on here. This is terrible. I mean, look over there at the bank. The rollers. This is bad. Trying to fish this a little bit. I know there's probably a fish in this laydown right here. This wind has made it dang near impossible to fish. It's not quite as bad right here. I'm tucked in this little teeny corner right here. I'm gonna be very surprised if I don't catch one out of this, to be honest with y'all. I think I'm, oh, okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick that Thunder cricket back up. Oof, that boat is a rocket. Really kind of thinking I should get bit on this little inside corner right here. It's just a little teeny bit calmer than everything else right now. Kind of shallow. I don't know, we're gonna work down that left side right there. And see if we can pick up another one. Definitely the shallows are churned up a little bit from all this wind. Back out here into this, oh my goodness, and there we go. That wind got that one and just absolutely ricocheted it back to me. Oh my goodness, that's not good. And we're probably running out of time. Of course, the first backlash I would get would be right here at the end. I fired into that wind right there, and well, let's just say, oh, there we go. Okay. You're gonna say that chatterbait did not like it at all. This is some serious wind. No doubt about it. And this lake, like I said, when the wind gets up, it is awful. It's really, really bad. Really, really bad. But maybe we could get one more fish, just maybe, up here off this point. Oh my goodness. I mean, that boat, look at that boat right there. Like, that thing is about to come slam up out of the water. Oh, I thought that was a bite. Oh, what is that? It's a freaking beaver. I was like, what in the world was that in front of me? It's a daggone beaver. I saw something come up in front of me and I thought it was a turtle. Definitely not a turtle. There's a beaver swimming up there. I don't know where his hut is. I guess back there. I don't know, this is absolutely terrible. I want to get up here and throw up to this thought that this dock, I don't know, I might need to pull up and go up to that rock shoreline. I don't have a lot of time. I just don't have a lot of time. Work back over to those points where I caught them at earlier. I'm not sure. I just got to get over there on the other side where it's not so windy. We might run out of time while we run. Hopefully we don't. I want to continue to fish through here, but I mean, this wind is just unbelievable. I mean, the water's about to come over my boat. All right, y'all, we just got a couple of minutes left, about 5 minutes or so. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna work our way in on this point right here. Try to stay out of the wind just a little bit, because it is just absolutely awful. I'm sure there's a fish up here on this point, I believe, but this wind is just so bad. I'm just cranking along this little deeper edge right here, hoping to maybe get one to eat this chatterbait, but right now it seems like the fish might have shut off just a little bit. could be wrong on that, but definitely seems like the bite has slowed just a touch. And maybe it's just because we got out of the area. The wind could have thrown them off a little bit, but I mean, this is some unbelievable wind right here. Might better get one on this little secondary point right here as we work in. There we go. There we go right there. There we go. Oh, little guy. Yep. On this little secondary point coming in. We are running out of time. Get on back in there, bud. So what it was, we just kind of got out of the fish a little bit. We just kind of had to get back in them. They're still in the same spots, but we could definitely, well, we're not going to have time to go back through the areas that we had already fished because we have got 1 minute. 1 minute of time left. See if we can get another one right here on this corner. Come on, fish. Come on. Should have been able to get one up there on that edge right there, but it's a little bit deep. Oh man. Well, we are out of time. 3 hours. 3 hours we fished raw and uncut, and we didn't do bad. We did not do bad at all. And I'm gonna tell y'all what, this Strike King Thunder Cricket right here in that spot remover with that gold blade series 3/8 ounce, and then that Rage Swimmer paddle tail trailer in Tennessee shad. I mean, we caught them. We caught some on the Rage Bug as two as well, but just not a lot of big ones. 4.4 was the biggest one. I mean, that's a nice fish, definitely not complaining, but the wind kicked up and really kind of got things a little bit crazy. But anyway, just it was a good day out here. Caught a ton of fish. I mean, I don't even know how many we caught. It was a lot. But like I said, just that Thunder Cricket, I mean, we caught them all day on this. We went in that pocket and kind of got into those smaller fish. They were really little. I was hoping to get into maybe a big one or two, but it just didn't happen. So I don't know. Like I said, 3 hours. This is definitely the most fish that I've ever caught on a raw and uncut video at all. So pretty excited about that. But if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out my other videos, and I appreciate it so much. I will see you next time on Gunfish TV.